Hey, what's going on everybody? ScottDogGaming here. Thank you very much for joining us. As you can see, we're back. We're playing some more Football Manager. We're currently sitting second in the championship with Ipswich. We're up against Cardiff away. Not sure where Cardiff currently are, but I'd assume somewhere near the top. They're sitting in 7th place. 14 games in. We're just literally flicking over into November. So we're approaching the January transfer window. I'm going to see if we can do any business there, since we didn't do a great deal other than sign Abu Diaby. There he is, speak of the devil, in the off season. So let's get straight into this. There's not a lot to do when we reach this stage. Made some changes. Looks like Waghorn is coming in. Iorfa and Selena are going to be working down this right hand side. What have we got going on down here? Kevin Bruce on the bench, out of the squad. Everything else is much of a muchness. There isn't a great deal we can change, I don't think. The biggest change I guess we can make is, why are we putting Freddie Sears up front and McGoldrick in behind? That's the bit I don't quite understand. We've got this link here. We may as well stick with it. We've got Garner on the bench, so potentially we could do something with him. But let's get started. Let's see how we do. Season's been very, very good for us so far. Certainly far better than I thought it would be. Thought we'd be languishing sort of mid-table. Didn't do a team talk. Whoops. Oh no, the assistant does it for us, I remember, because we're quite lazy. But let's see how we get on. Cardiff, good team, certainly at home. And there's a goal almost early on. I thought that was a great little ball. They've got Jaria in the middle of the park, the Liverpool player. So you'll notice that I tend to keep an eye out for the Liverpool players, especially in the Championship. The players from the Premier League can make a massive difference to teams. Gruwich in the current real world is currently playing for Cardiff, and he's there on loan in this as well. By all accounts, has been quite good. Looks like we've got Harry Wilson at Hull, who's playing very well for them. It's sort of those players, if you can get them in on loan, and we've got a couple here, like Selena and that, if you can get them in on loan, they can make very big differences to your seasons. There's Ward, who's picked up an op. Selena's there. I think it was a dummy by Ward. That looked pretty impressive. Certainly something that... was it a dummy? Did he step over it? No, he did pass it. Okay. Nice little finish right into that bottom corner. Get in. We'll take it. 22 minutes gone. We're a goal up. And actually, there's something I've been meaning to talk about since the last time I recorded this. I know it's a little bit late now, but Ipswich decided that this was Mick McCarthy's last season in charge. And then since that point, he was supposed to stay until the end of the season. Since that point, he, by all accounts, just sort of walked out, said, you know what, I can't really do this. And to be fair to him, it's a strange situation. He's been at that football club for however many years. And then all of a sudden they say... and it's probably the right decision for both, but they say, you know what, we don't think we'll stick with you next season. We want to try something fresh, which is fair enough. And then, come on, boys, no, phew. And then he tried to make it work for the last, say, 7, 8, 10 games of the season, and said, you know what, I can't really do this. I can't turn up at work and give my all, knowing that I'm not going to be here next season, so walked away. That takes some balls, and probably, if it's the right decision for him, then I absolutely understand it. But there was some interesting news over the last couple of days that Steven Gerrard has been linked with the job at Ipswich. I don't know how I feel about that, being a massive Liverpool fan, but being from Ipswich, it's almost enough to make me go and watch. By all accounts, I would probably just buy a ticket near the dugout and just, admire Stevie G in all his managerial glory for the whole game, for the whole season. But it'll be interesting to see how he does if it does turn out. I'm not sure how much truth are in those rumours, but I'd be really intrigued to find out. We need a midfielder. Let's go with Addy Amy. Who else have we got? We got people not looking too bad. Webster's looking a little tired, so we potentially should make a change at the back there. In you go, buddy. Okay, and let's keep going. It's been a relatively quiet game. I mean, 9 shots in total isn't great. Again, we've not really edged too much of the possession, but we are in front, and that's all that matters. A lot coming down the left-hand side. Okay, let's just keep an eye on fitness and stuff. Waghorn isn't having the greatest game. Iorfa's now picked up a booking. We're 60 minutes in. We've got one change left to make. Say Waghorn doesn't look like he's having a fantastic game. There's Selena. There's Sears. Oh, good save by the keeper. And we're going to have a corner. Let's keep it tight, boys. Carter Vickers hits the post. Oh, it's bobbling around. Hoylett's beaten whoever that was to the ball, but we've come across and cleared it out. Good work. But yes, it'd be very interesting to see. Stevie G currently in charge of the under-19s for Liverpool, I think it is, and he's doing okay. But you'd expect a team of Liverpool stature to be there or thereabouts in a youth league. You know, the money that gets spent on player development at those Premier League clubs is monumental. You'd expect them to be doing well. But I know they've been playing a lot of the teams in. Good save, Billa. They've been playing a lot of teams in the European Cups. So when Liverpool have been playing in the Champions League, the youngsters play against the same teams, which is pretty cool. And they've been doing all right. I thought he was given a free kick the other way then. He didn't, thankfully. We need someone who can get a foot on the ball, really. There's Gruwich. Oh, come on, boys. Someone, anyone. What can we do here? Give it Diaby on, but I'm not sure that's the way forward. Did I just change something then? I don't think so. Let's make this change. Garner, get up top. He's got some energy. He'll run round after the ball. I think that's the way forward. One of these buttons, I know is change our mentality. Structured and counter-attacking. Sounds good. There we go. There's Garner. Can you find a pass? There's Adeyemi. That's a terrible effort. 10 minutes to go. Here they come again. They've got some space down the wing. They're in. They should have scored. Let's go defensive. Tactics. No, that's not the right one. What's the one I'm looking for? I always press the wrong one. Waste time, please. That would be great. 5 minutes to go. Garner's played a terrible pass. Knudsen picked it up. Finds Selena. Again, another poor pass. Not getting hold of the ball. That's what I would say. Oh, there's the ball in. Chambers only to Gruwich. They're in. Belikowski's there to save the day again. And again, good work. Let's take your time there, Bella. Let's see if we can see this one out. It'd be a massive result for us away from home if we can pick up a 1-0 win. Oh, here comes a long throw. We've cleared it away. There's Selena. Waghorn hoofs it down the field. Garner doesn't get there, but 2 minutes to go. Last 30 seconds. Be good if we can just hold on to the ball, which we can't. Here they come again. Switched it out wide. Belikowski's there again. Good work. He's had a good game. Take your time, buddy. Just hold on to the ball. There's Garner. Ooh. We've done well. We'll pick up a win and we'll absolutely take it. Our best performer was Selena. Surprised that it didn't go to Belikowski, but there we go. Looks like one of those games where not a lot really happened. Next up, who have we got? Grant Ward. He's picked up an injury 1 to 2 days. That's not too bad. Press conference will send the assistant. Selena shines. Preston North End next game. Now, I'd assume that James Maddison I've heard a lot about from Premier League clubs sniffing around him, so it'd be interesting to see what the game thinks of him. Selena came third in the goal of the month. We came second. What are you talking about? We came second in the manager of the month, but we're currently level on points after 15 games. But you know, there's not a huge difference between here and there, so we'll just have to keep plugging away. Preston are currently in 20th place. Financial update: we're losing lots of money, but we've got some money in the bank. We need to address this, I would suggest. Backroom advice, we'll ignore that. Let's just get straight into the next game. What else has been going on in the football world? Obviously, we have, and this is how long it's been since I've recorded one of these. We've had the mighty Liverpool The mighty Liverpool go through to the next round of the Champions League, where they'll face Roma. Spoilers if you didn't know that had happened. I must say I watched the first game and it was tense, but for 15-20 minutes we absolutely dominated and scored 3 goals, and then for the second half we managed to keep a clean sheet, which I don't really know how. And for the whole day on the Tuesday or the Wednesday, whichever day it was, when the away leg was happening, I was bricking it. I was so concerned. Even with a 3-0 lead, I know Liverpool well enough to know that was not done, and we know that Man City are a fantastic team, but just Liverpool have something about them where they can absolutely destroy a team, and I genuinely believe they could beat any team in the world, but they could also lose to any team in the world. And that's the thing about Liverpool. Sometimes you feel confident in a team that you follow, that they've got enough about them to see it through. I'd like to be getting Hughes back in, but he's a bit tired. Doesn't look like there's anything else we can change here. Selena maybe needs a rest, but let's just go straight into the next game. I know this series is about Ipswich, but all I do is talk about Liverpool. I apologise if you're an Ipswich fan and you're hoping to watch this. I don't know enough about Ipswich and the way that Ipswich play to know whether it's sort of good or bad, really. So what was I saying? Yeah, Liverpool and the Man City game. The second game I was so worried, and then within a minute and 20 seconds they scored a goal, and I was just like, oh no, this is going to be bad. And then they had a goal disallowed which should have stood, and then they hit the post, and I was just like, this is going to be so bad. And then when we got to the second half, I thought, well, we weathered a storm, but if they get an early goal in the second half, we're in trouble. And we kind of sort of saw it through, and then Salah and Firmino did what they needed to do. But then watching other games where Roma turned around a 3-0 deficit, Juve almost did the same thing, or did do the same thing, and then conceded right in the last few minutes. Just showed how good a result it was to go there and not be overturned in that result. But I think there's also a little bit of luck, and I guess you always have to have a bit of luck in those scenarios. But yeah, that was kind of what's been happening from my football point of view up until now. There's still certainly lots to play for in the Premier League, and I guess in the Championship. I know Wolves obviously got promoted, and I don't know if anyone's seen it, but was that a save by Bielakowski? Because if it was incredible. I think it's Ruben Neves who plays for Wolves. I don't know if anyone's seen the goal that he scored. I think it's against Derby. If you get the chance, Google it, because the ball comes in from a corner. He must be 25 to 30 yards out. He flicks it up with the outside of his right foot, I think it is, or left foot, takes a step back and then volleys it into the top corner. If it had been scored by a Ronaldo, a Messi, or someone along those lines, people would be going mental. Absolutely mental. But the fact it was scored by someone in the Championship, you probably haven't seen or heard, or unless you follow it directly, you won't have seen much about it. But it was insane. But that's kind of as much Championship football as I'd seen for quite a period of time, because it just doesn't really appeal. But never mind. And we've also got lots of talk about the England squad coming up, because it's World Cup year, so that'd be interesting to see what Mr. Southgate does for the World Cup. And it's in Russia, so I don't fancy anyone or too many. Normally World Cups are overrun with football fans, and England, to a point, generally take over lots of places when they go. But I'm not sure how many people will be as keen to go to Russia. I'm sure it's lovely. I'm sure it's a lovely place in certain areas, same as anywhere. But just with the current tensions, I'm not sure how keen people will be to just go and get drunk and hang out in those sorts of places. Okay, let's make some changes at the back, and I guess we're going to bring on Garner again. Diaby comes on for his first game for a little while. He's had a few knocks and stuff, but he is back in. Waghorn isn't doing great on the wing for the last couple of games. He's been probably our worst player. Come on, boys. We haven't done anything this game. Here's a corner. Waghorn's going to get there. Can he find a pass? No. Can he find a pass? Yes, but then we give it away again. We are terrible at this moment in time. It's a ball through the middle. They're in. Chambers doesn't get there. They've scored. Barkhausen, Husen. Terrible, terrible football. We just, all the way through this, we never quite got there. And then we played the ball back to them. Scouse with a tackle through the back. And then Chambers, don't know what he was doing. Keeper, not sure what he was doing. And there's the goal. Oh dear. Looks like we are about to pick up a defeat. Don't really know what I can change. Waghorn, get there. You're rubbish, Waghorn. Come on, Waghorn, do something. What was that? Diaby Garner. Oh, he's onside. I don't know how we've managed to get away with this. And I'm not sure if Garner was onside. So this I have questions about, Waghorn. Just basically running off the pitch and then playing it back too far. But Garner volleyed into the top corner. Get in. Not entirely sure if we've got away with this, and if we have, how. 4 minutes to go. Any chance of any kind of shot in the last 4 minutes? No. There's the full-time whistle. A draw. Winning a draw this episode. Not fantastic result, but we'll take it. We will take it. And there we go. Sorry, I spoke a lot about stuff that isn't Ipswich in this episode. I apologise. But thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe button, follow us on Twitter at ScottDogGaming, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you.